Hello! So today I am going to go over how to get the perfect application on your very first Seint 3D foundation makeup application, okay? So it's going to be simple. Anyone can do this. I know it can be a little bit intimidating when you first receive the makeup and you're like, oh, what is this? I've never seen anything like this. And that's okay. I was really surprised by it when I first saw it too, and intimidated a little bit, but it really is simple and you can do it. So kind of forget everything you know about traditional foundation and we're gonna start brand new. So a couple of things, you're gonna wanna start with a clean face. I moisturize and then I actually have sprayed on setting spray. I use the Seint setting spray. That is not a requirement. You can do that or not. Okay. And then the next thing you're gonna do, if you are brand new to Seint, get your compact. Let's get that set up. This is one of the brand new colors. It is so pretty. I love it so much. It has 2 levels on this one, and I have some of the new eyeshadows in here too. Okay, so let's get it set up. So the first thing I like to show you is how I keep my compact. I like to keep my illuminator right here. That's the rose gold illuminator. It is one of my favorites. I've been using that one since I started using Seint, and I still have that much left. So it goes a long way. And then I'm gonna put in my brightest highlight shade next to it. Then I'm gonna put in my main highlight shade right there. So I have those 3. And I keep those next to each other because they're all light and I don't want them to mix. And then I'm gonna put in my contour color next to my main highlight, right there. I'm gonna put in my bronzer next to that. And if you don't have bronzer, you don't have to put that in, obviously. And then I use this glow illuminator with my bronzer. I'm not ready to give up the glow yet, so I use those 2 to kind of give me some warmth. So that's how I set up my top layer. And then my second layer, I'm gonna put in my brightening, like this is an extra brightening shade that I like to keep in there. And then I'm going to put in my lip and cheek color. And then I also have a lip balm. And I always put that on like this right before I start my makeup. So that way my lips are moisturized when I put on my lip and cheek color. Okay, so this one, you can kind of set it up however you want to. If you don't have some of the things that I have, then you don't have to have them in there. You can always add later because I'm sure you're gonna become a junkie just like me. Okay, so the first thing I wanna tell you is less is more with this makeup. You do not want to layer it. Okay, so the makeup is highly pigmented and it's a cream, so it's going to give you good coverage. It's not gonna be like your traditional like liquid foundations. So that's number 1. And then the second thing is you're not gonna wanna layer it on top of each other. You don't need to do that. This system was built to be a 1-layer foundation system. And that's the beauty of it. Like, you don't have to have a lot of makeup on and you can still look good. And for those of us that are beginning to have lines, fine lines, or any imperfections in your skin, this helps to not draw attention to those. And I really, really love that. So let's get started. You may hear my bird a little bit. He likes to squawk a little bit. And so hopefully that is not too distracting. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing I always like to do is look at my face and kind of see what is giving me the most distraction. Okay, so today it's my eyes. My eyelids look really like veiny and just discolored to me. So I don't really like the way they look. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into my lightest highlight shade. That would be like your traditional concealer. I'm gonna tap my middle finger into it and I am going to just tap that on to my eyelid. Okay, and that's just gonna give that more of a skin color instead of all of this pinkness, okay? Because right now I'm just looking at all of this pinkness and I'm not really liking the way that looks. So, and you can just, you know, tap it on. You don't have to like blend it in or anything. We're gonna get all of our blending done at the end. Okay, so that helped. So then I kind of see under my eyes. And I have some like light purple there. And so I want to cover that, or I want to enhance that, make my eyes look more bright. So I'm going to do the same thing, middle finger, tap in, and I'm just going to tap right under here. And I'm not going to blend it in. I'm just going to tap it on and be gentle with your eyes. Okay, so see, that helped a lot, right? Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start shaping out my face. Like right now, I just kind of have a clean slate, okay? So to shape your face, you're going to use your contour color, which is your darkest. And you're going to go into that. I go in with my middle finger usually. And you're going to shape out your forehead. So just go along your forehead. You do not have to be perfect at this. The makeup is very, very forgiving, okay? So just get it there. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna shape out our cheekbones. So you're gonna find your cheekbone by kind of pressing here on the side of your face, and you want to put the makeup right below your cheekbone. You don't wanna put it on top of it. You just wanna put it right on the, and like I went too far here, so I'm gonna have to fix that, but it's fine. If you get too much, you don't want it to come into your mouth. So you sort of want it to go to about right here. So mine's just a little bit, so I might just drag it up whenever I use my brush. Okay, I'm gonna use the other side now. I'm gonna go feel for that cheekbone, and I'm gonna bring that in. So that I did a little bit better on. Okay, and then I like to shape out my nose. You do not have to do that, it is optional. And what I do is I just use that leftover contour and I go down the side of my nose. Might need to go in and get a little bit more, and I like to come right from the eyebrow, and then I just, and like I said, you do not have to be perfect. You want to leave like a white line down the center of your nose. And then the other thing is, if you want to give yourself a little bit of a plumper lip look, you can do a tiny bit right under your lip. Also, if you want to shape out your jawline, you can do that. So what you would do is go back in, same thing, you're gonna go right under the jawline. You're gonna stop right here at the corner of your mouth, okay? Same, go right under and stop, okay? So now you have your contour on. That's it, no more of that. Okay, so now we're gonna use our main highlight color. That's your darkest highlight shade. And I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna start tapping that in. So like on the side of my nose right here, all along this area around my nose. And you're just gonna do small little dots. I'm gonna go across my chin. I'm just gonna dot that up the side of my cheek or my jaw here. Same on this side. And then I'm going to go right here. I have a lot of, and this is just evening out my tone, my skin tone or your skin tone. And the sun is getting ready to shine in my face. So hopefully this doesn't get too bad, but the sun is coming, it's hitting my car out there in the driveway. I'm here in my front window. It has the best lighting. And then you see, I'm just going everywhere that I want to just even out the skin tone. So above my contour line, and I'm just pressing that on, okay? I'm not smearing it, I'm just kind of dabbing it on, okay? And right here I have this vein, so I'm gonna kind of go over it pretty good. Let's see, I have a little bit of darkness right there that I wanna cover. Okay, so then the next thing is I'm gonna wanna add a little bit of brightness. So I'm gonna go back into this lighter highlight shade. I'm gonna go in with my middle finger again, and I'm gonna tap it right here in the center of my forehead. And I'm gonna make like an upside triangle shape. I don't know if you can see that very well. There you go. And then I'm gonna go down the center of my nose, and you're gonna look pretty crazy at first. You're gonna go a little bit above your lip right there. I'm gonna go right in the center of my chin, And then I'm gonna place a little pop of light out here on the outside of my eye, on the inner, and that's it, okay? So now you have all of your makeup on. So if you do have a bronzer, the thing you're gonna wanna do is go in with that, and you can just tap it on right above your contour color, okay? So right there. And then I like to put a little bit up here. And there you have it. So now you have all of your colors on, and you're just gonna go in and blend them, okay? I usually tell people to begin with this 3D brush. If you're not gonna buy more than one brush, this is the brush to start with, just because it has this pointed or domed end, and you can get into smaller areas, and then it has this bigger, fluffier end where you can just really blend the makeup well, okay? So I always like to go into my lightest colors first. So I'm gonna start with that domed end, and I like to go right here around my eyes first. And as you can see, I'm just tapping on the makeup. I am not like smearing it all over, okay? I'm just keeping it in its place, and I'm tapping it, okay? Same on this side. And it's okay if you touch the other colors a little bit. Okay, so I've blended my eyes. Then I'm gonna go here, center of my forehead and between my eyebrows. And then you can kind of feather that out a little bit. I like to just blend it up into my forehead, okay? And then I'm going to flip over, and I am going to blend out my chin, above my lip, around my mouth. And you see I'm using tapping motions, not pulling it all over. I'm keeping the makeup where I placed it. I'm gonna go up here beside my contour, make sure all of that is blended. I'm gonna go under this eye, over my temple, under this eye. Okay, so now I am ready to go in. You can go down your nose too. Okay, so now I wanna go in and I wanna start blending my contour color. And I like to start on my forehead, and I like to blend mine back into my hairline. When I have blonde hair, it sometimes gets in there. My roots are really dark right now, so I cannot see it. But when I have really blonde hair there, it does kind of give me, it changes my hair color. Okay, so you see how easy that blended, and then your bronzer, you can just blend it right in, and I'm stippling over it, kind of tapping, same thing, tapping. Sorry, I have an itch. Okay, as you can see, it blended out so pretty, right? Okay, and then over here on this side, you can see I brought my contour down into my mouth on accident. The great thing is that these are really good about, you can blend them or move them around. Okay, so right now we're gonna go into both of these at the same time. I'm going to start here, and I'm gonna tap over it, up and down, okay, up and down. Then I'm gonna kind of just feather it up a little bit. There you go. And you can blend it as much as you want. At first, I know I used to blend mine out pretty good, and then you couldn't really see the line like you can here. If you don't like that, all you have to do is kind of go in and you can blend it out. You can also blend out your jawline now. And this one you can move a little bit more. Make sure you get that blended good. And you can bring it down your neck, whatever's left over on your brush. But do you see that now? Okay, and then we're gonna go over to the side. Same thing, we're gonna just pounce right on top of it, up and down, kind of blending those two together, merging the colors, giving it a really pretty airbrushed finish. So pretty. I love it so much, you guys. Okay. And if you want it to move, you just kind of gently move it where you want, and it will go there. Okay. And I always go over this temple area. Mine is really light, I think because I wear sunglasses a lot. So I don't have much color right here. So I always bring my contour and bronzer kind of up in that area. And you will figure out how you like to wear the makeup, and what looks best on you. Okay. So that's it. Is that amazing or what? I'm so amazed every time. Oh, you know what? We didn't do our contour. So on the nose, you can see there's the sun's coming in. Just very lightly, since you don't want that to move around. I just barely blend that. And there's your foundation. Okay. So I'm going to show you a couple of other things. I use an illuminator because I love them, and I'm going to show you lip and cheek color. Okay, my very favorite lip and cheek color is Frenchy for this time of year. It's fall right now. So in the spring and fall, I use Frenchy. I use it in the winter too. In the summer, I use this color called Hollywood. It's a little bit brighter, but very similar to Frenchy, and it has a little bit of like gold shimmer in it. So, okay. So now I'm going to go into my lip and cheek color. I just like to tap in a little bit with my finger, and then I lightly tap it on my lips. So if you put a very small amount of this lip color, it will stay for a really long time, surprisingly. It's not going to be like your all day wear, but it will stay a lot longer than if you put a bunch on, it comes off easier. So less is more, same thing, okay? And then I like to use my brush to apply my cheek color. I'm gonna use the same. I'm gonna barely tap into it, okay? Get a little bit on my brush. I like to start about right here where the cheekbone is the most pronounced, and then I kind of drag it back a little bit. Okay, very light. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side right here. And I like to drag it back. You can put your cheek color on however you like. You don't have to do it my way. That's just the way I like to. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use an illuminator. And I'm going to use the color called Rose Gold right here. I love it. And it's just going to give me some light in the places that you want to shine. So I'm going to go straight down my nose. That's just going to give me that really pronounced nose. And then I'm going to go right here, just like right on the top, very top of my lip and cheek color. Same thing. You can always blend it into your lipstick if you want that more shiny or shimmery lips, but I like a kind of a matte lip, so I keep mine like this. But that's it. That's everything. We just put on our entire face of makeup in just a few minutes. I hope that makes sense to you. I hope that you can, find it as easy as I do. If you want to, after you get your makeup on, you can use powder to set it. I do not use powder. I like a more dewy, like glowy finish. That just is what I really like. Or you can use a setting spray. I did use the Seint setting spray when I first started using it, and then in the summer it got a little bit too shiny for me. I think it's because of all of the humidity here. But now I'm using one by Urban Decay. It's the Ultra Matte. It's the All Nighter, and it's matte. And I just spray a little bit of that on to finish, and that's it. So hopefully this was helpful to you, and feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. I want to help you. So let me know if you have any additional questions, and I'm here for you. Have a great day.